Hello everyone and welcome back to another Pony&Wolf Productions video. My name is visualbrony and today we're reading the story Zecora's Life Story by Homage. Which is very interesting because, as you might remember, the name Homage is also the name of the pony in Fallout Equestria who is behind the moniker of DJ Pawn 3. So, I'm actually quite interested in this one. Not because of that, but because I like Zecora. Also because, you know, as always, here's this amazing list of those amazing people who keep donating to this amazing channel and giving us, you know, a food budget. You know, and that's very important because food is kinda something that we need. And I kinda hate to break it to you, but I'm not kidding, mostly eating, you know, instant food right now because it's cheap. And, you know, yeah. We have a food budget of less than $5 per day per person. That's not enough. So, yeah. Anyhow, so, if you want to support us, links down in the description below. And let's get into the story. This chapter name will have to rhyme, because I do that all the time. For those of you who know me well, my life story I must tell. I was born in the country of Hufrika, a land quite far from Equestria. There are no ponies in this land, just zebras and giraffes and sand. Wild beasts there are aplenty, and the lions there are oh so many. With the body of a griffin, head of a manticore, it's much less dangerous than war. We do not have your harmony, much war is fought, it's not pretty. We have no government, only tribes. A group you're born in, live and die. My tribe was called Zecanik. Our ways, tradition and laws were strict. I was born to a wealthy family. My mother, my father, my sisters and me. My sisters outnumbered 1 through 11. Right after the middle, I was number 7. Our village greatly held tradition, and my family idolized religion. My sisters all became priestesses. Out of woven grass they made their dresses. My mother was a seer, my father a shaman. My family and I had little in common. Religion never mattered much to me. The gods rarely help zebra, you see. Though my father did chant, and my sisters did try, one after another I watched 6 zebra die. If the goddesses wouldn't help my will, I made it my mission to heal the ill. I sought out any zebra I could find, one who was compassionate, wise and kind. The stallion who I found was an elder, and his knowledge was sound. I talked with him about my plight. He said, "Try medicine, it will feel right." I looked at him, I was confused. "I'm not sick." He laughed, amused. "Of course you're not. I merely meant to make not take. Come to my tent. You may call me Zegradi. Welcome, my little filly, to my hypocrisy." I followed him. He gave me a tour of the place where he brews a cure. He showed me herbs and potions and more. He had quite a lot in his little store. And while we were talking, a mare came in, complaining about a rash on her skin. I took a look, it was quite bad. Boils covered her flank, and so I gagged. But the old stallion took one peek. "A leper's potion is what you seek. Cures all skin problems, a special paste. Applied thrice daily, it cures with haste." I watched the stallion work with such skill. He boiled some water, added wormwood and dill. I stir feathers from an emu, I must use 3, not 1, not 2. It turned brown and thick as tar. He put the mixture into a jar. He brought the cure to the sick mare. She put it on slowly with care. No sooner had the potion touched her flank, that all her boils shrank much. To make sure your skin really heals, apply this after every meal. The mare was really quite surprised. Her skin was healed before her eyes. The grateful zebra asked the alchemist just how much she owed for this. His answer surprised both of us. To cure disease there is no cost. The 2 shook hoofs, and then she trotted out. which left me sitting there, full of doubt. I told Zecora, I find it funny that for doing your job you receive no money. His answer came slowly but sure. I never charge much for a cure. That mare was much too poor to pay, so I healed her and sent her on her way. Regardless of class, health is health. Judge my customers based on wealth. Other potions that bring the good. The prices are high, but benefits are understood. This zebra gave much charity. In our village, this was a rarity. I was impressed by his potions. I asked if he could teach me to perform this task. He smiled and that was his cue. The next 3 years I learned everything he knew. The work was tough, the learning stiff, but I earned me my personal glyph. For the next 5 years, at his insistence, I became his personal assistant. One day Zecora grew very ill. I tried to make a miracle pill. He shrugged it off, the wizened sage. There was no cure for his old age. After he passed, he left to me his title and apothecary. For 4 more years I ran the place. Healing zebras was often the case. Unfortunately, it was the law. Priority went to the richest zebra. 2 zebra came in, one poor, one rich. The rich mare Zecora demanded a cure for her itch. The poor stallion's shape was more than serious, an advanced case of syphilis. Zeki's coat was brown and very patchy. His voice was faint and hoarse and scratchy. He was dying, but because of his class, it was the law I'd treat him last. If I'd be caught, I was not sure, but I knew for a fact I had the cure. Syphilis was deadly, but a simple fix, an antibiotic that I did mix. No sooner had he drunk it down, that his coat turned back white from brown. His pains were gone, his head was clear, but never a thank you did I hear. Instead he asked me, "Why me? Why now? We'll both be punished if you are found." He would have died without my help, I told the young ungrateful whelp. The rich must prioritize, but his harsh words were betrayed by his eyes. It contradicted what we were told, but I disliked the ways of old. For that tradition I did not care. To treat the rich first was just unfair. But with my opinions others disagreed. They had bad thoughts and gossiped about me. The rumors they spread, the hateful gaze. Who is this mayor to question our ways? I was already on thin ice, but had no chance to do it twice. For after a month I was put on trial. No pleas for mercy and no denial. I took responsibility. Zeki didn't wish it. The blame's on me. The elders group and the disgust, a punishment for the dangerous. It took them a little nay, quite a while, but eventually decided on exile. I was sent out without a belonging, so I looked east and kept on walking. Using my knowledge of nature to survive, I looked for a place where I could thrive. The place I wandered to was best, inside the ever-free forest. Near Ponyville I've lived 10 years, but I used to be a cause of fears. Every month I came to town, to find it empty, no pony was around. I could not shop, I could not buy. Every pony was scared of my glowing eyes. The young, the old, the poor, the rich, all of them labeled me a witch. Because of this I had been forced to get supplies from another source. I lived outside of town in Everfree. It contained many herbs, I was lucky. But there were many potions I couldn't brew. To xenophobia the blame was due. The first pony who ever trusted me was Little Applebloom, sweet filly. Because of her I now can buy from town, so I maintain supply. And that is my life story, you see. Why do I rhyme? Now that's a mystery.